Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So it's time for another favourites and empties video. I say favourites and empties, I haven't got that many empties, but I've got a lot of favourites. So let's just jump right in. So this is everything I have been loving in May 2022. Don't think I've got anything this month that I really didn't like. That does sometimes happen, but it hasn't really happened this month. So I've got a lot of like beauty type items and various other bits and bobs. So let's just get started. So the first thing, this is an empty, but it was in my favourites last month, I believe. It is the Otto Sleep Drops, and it's 10% CBD. So it's a CBD oil. You put a dropper of it, or half a dropper rather, underneath your tongue every night before you go to bed. And like I said in my last video, whenever I talked about this before, I've been having the best night's sleep ever since I started taking these drops. I didn't buy them, they came in the Liberty Beauty Drop, the last box, and they've just been incredible. The issue with these drops is they retail at £69 for a 15ml bottle, so for a month's supply. It's too much. So I've been hunting around and trying out some other CBD oils, and I believe I have found one that is just as good and considerably cheaper. And when I say just as good, I was looking for one that had the same strength, that had the same kind of quality control, like the independently verified and things, so you know it's actually got what they say they have in it and all the rest of it. Anyway, long story short, I found another oil that I've been using that is every bit as good as this and £30 cheaper. The ones I have switched to are the Trip ones. This is completely purchased by me and everything, by the way. So yeah, I wanted to try some others and these came up as one of the best. Now, they do two different strengths. They do 300 milligrams and they do 1,000 milligrams. Now, I've gone for 1,000 milligrams because that is the same strength as I've been taking in the Otto Sleep Drops. It's the exact same strength, but if I was starting out, I'd start with the 300 milligrams. You probably don't need to jump straight to this level. So they come in two different flavours. You can get wild mint and chamomile and orange blossom and chamomile. I personally prefer the orange blossom, but I'm just as happy with the mint. They are made in the UK, third-party tested, vegan formula and gluten-free. And yeah, just really good stuff, really funky packaging. I also have a link under the video if you want £5 off your first purchase from Trip, so it'll make it a little bit cheaper. But the packaging and everything is pretty cool as well. So this one is the orange blossom and chamomile. And again, it's a dropper style, drop it under your tongue. Tastes really good, really, really nice. And yeah, can't say enough good things about it. Shipping's free in the UK as well. If you are international, they'll ship to you for free if you spend £60, I believe. So love the fact that they're really quite accessible as well. And then they've got a range of drinks, which I've also been trying this month and loved. So I had to mention them to you. So let me show you these drinks. So they make CBD infused drinks. So they do 3 different flavours. They have peach, ginger, lemon, basil and elderflower mint. All 3 flavours, they all have 15 milligrams of CBD. And yeah, I mean, I like them all. My favourite is probably peach ginger. My least favourite is probably elderflower mint. Still nice, just not as nice as the other 2. So these cans are 250 ml in terms of how much is in it. Each can only has 19 calories, no added sugar, and like I said, 15 milligrams of premium CBD. I actually went to an online event that the founder was at this last weekend, just like an online event, just as a random customer, just I was interested in knowing a bit more about it. And she was saying, doesn't impair your driving, anything like that. And obviously CBD doesn't have the THC in, which is what is present in the herbs and things from the cannabis plant, which is what kind of makes it bad for you and illegal and stuff. This is obviously legal, and it's also balanced with natural botanicals. So it's got things like chamomile, turmeric, ginseng and L-theanine, and this other one has got lemon balm instead of turmeric. So they've all got these nice botanicals, and genuinely, when I have a drink of these, they are lightly sparkling, so they're not like the type that make you feel full or like gassy or, you know, that unpleasant feeling you can get when you drink a lot of fizzy drinks. They're just lovely. They're more like a non-alcoholic adult drink. That's what they're most similar to. So they're really nice to have as an evening. I've had them during the day at work when you're getting like a little bit stressed. It just kind of calms you a little bit. And genuinely, I feel like I'm getting an instant sort of calming relief just from having the first few sips of this. And it helps that they taste lovely. And you've got these other natural botanicals in there as well that sort of seem to bring on this relaxing feeling. So they're just gorgeous. You can actually get these in a pack of 6. That's what I did. So I got the pack of 6 from the website, get free delivery, 2 of each. Tried them all, loved them, and now I have actually actually bought a 48 pack. That is how much I love these drinks and this brand, and yeah, I've fallen in love. But like I said, I have got a link if you do want to get £5 off your first order with them. So now I've got a few kind of skincare items. So I have recently been reviewing the Nip and Fab, their newest range, which is the Hyaluronic Fix range. So there'll be a video going up really soon with my review of that. But from those products, there is one real standout product that I absolutely love. I've already been recommended it and it just had to be my favourites this month. And it is the Extreme 4 Jelly Eye Patches. Now, they come in a little tub like this. Now, I love an under eye mask. These ones in particular are super hydrating, they stay in place and you get an instant cooling effect as soon as you apply them. I also think they're quite reasonably priced, and they come with these little like tweezers and they come in this like jar. So the great thing is, instead of having all these individually wrapped eye masks, because you get 20 pairs in here, you've only got that one lot of packaging and they all just kind of sit in that gel. The only downside is they're probably not as good for kind of travel. I like to take these types of masks on like a plane, and I probably wouldn't take this big jar, but it's kind of worth it for the day-to-day use. And they're just so lovely. So my first impressions have been great, and I've used them quite a few times now, and I just continue to love them. So this is something I definitely think I will repurchase when they run out. One of the best eye masks I've actually used, and one of the most inexpensive as well. Last month I reviewed the Cohorted Beauty Box, and it was a takeover by Wander Beauty. And one of those products really stood out to me, and I've been using it every single day since. And it is the Wander Beauty Dive In Moisturiser. It says dive into 72 hours of moisture. It's got pentavitin and waterberry complex and 15 fruit extracts. It's just gorgeous. It feels amazing on the skin, and I think it makes my skin look a bit glowy as well. So it's got a kind of light pink texture to it. It's more of a lotion type feel than like a gel or a cream. But it sinks in really easily. It leaves, look at that, I mean look at the glow. Compared to this hand I've not applied it to, it just, if you want that kind of glass skin look no further. It also has a nice kind of scent, like a nice light scent, nothing sort of super specific, but just really nice. It feels gorgeous on the skin, makes the skin glow. No breakouts, no issues, so this is my kind of go-to daytime moisturiser at the moment. So keeping on the theme of skincare, so Tatcha launched in the UK in May. They launched on their own website and also on Space NK's website, so I picked a few things up, and trust me, I could kind of talk about just about everything I've bought, but I thought I'm not just going to make a whole video of favourites with like 10 Tatcha products in. So I've just picked my two kind of absolute favourites. So I have been loving the moisturising creams. I have been kind of using them on and off, and I've used them in the past when I've travelled to the US and stuff, and they're brilliant, absolutely recommend them. But there are two products that, if I could only have two products from the range, these are definitely the two I would go for. And funnily enough, they are both brand new to me. I hadn't used them before when I tried the ranges out on holiday and stuff. They just kind of almost weren't on my radar. Now, I've spoken in a previous video about struggling a lot with dryness under my eyes and around my eyes, and I get like eczema patches, and I've been trying out loads of different eye creams and nothing's really been sort of fixing it for me until I tried the Tatcha eye cream. This is an absolute wonder. It is literally the favourite eye cream I've ever used. I'm obsessed with this. I've used it every day, morning and night, and I love it. So it's called the Silk Peony Melting Eye Cream with Moisturising Japanese White Peony. It actually looks like it's got a white peony inside the lid. They do like to go all out on the packaging. So inside it doesn't really look like much, and even when you get it out, it looks like there's not much there, like it's quite a thin consistency, and it sinks into your skin really easily, but almost to the point where you don't really feel like you've put much on. But even that small tiny amount really hydrates, but leaves like nothing on the skin. It's not tacky. Your concealer sits really nicely on top of it. It's just an absolutely gorgeous eye cream. It's a 15ml is the full size, which is pretty standard, isn't it, for eye creams? But it's just brilliant. It's really good, really gorgeous. Really seems to help with like fine lines and things under the eyes. It seems to kind of help smooth them out, and it's just brilliant. So I don't think I'll be using any other eye cream but this from now on, because it's just incredible, and it's done everything I wanted it to do with all the issues I was having. So it's been a real kind of saviour for me. The other product I would definitely recommend, and it's a difficult one to recommend because I do think this is super duper expensive. I think it's no, it's the second most expensive product in their range. And I ummed and ahed about this for so long because I thought, I don't know if I can bring myself to spend that much. So this is the Essence by Tatcha, and it retails at £95 for 150ml or 5 fluid ounce. So I've got a glass, like a glass jar here of water for £95. That's what it kind of feels like, because when you get it out, the essence is literally the consistency, if you can see that, it's literally the consistency of water. I'm not going to waste that because it's very expensive. I'm kind of putting it on top of makeup and stuff here, but it feels really nice on the skin. But genuinely, I have tried using this and then not using it, and I can tell the difference from the day I stopped using it. So basically, an essence, if you're not familiar, it is something that you would put on your skin after you have cleansed your skin, dried your skin, if you're toning after you've toned, and then you would pop this onto your skin and you're just sort of pressing it into the skin. So I wouldn't use like a cotton pad or anything, because then it's just going to soak up into the cotton pad. I would press it onto the skin to make sure you're getting the full benefits. And this just really, as essences do, really hydrates your skin, but this one does that little bit more. So it really seems to add radiance, and over time makes your skin look and feel better. And I find that anything I put on afterwards, any serums, any treatments, just works so much better when I've got this on underneath. And I am only using a few drops, and I think I'm up to about here at the moment after using it for like a few weeks. But it's just one of those now, I don't think I could be without it. I really, really love it. It's got something called Hadase 3, and it's described as a plumping skin treatment. Now, in Japanese skincare, and Tatcha is a Japanese brand, I believe, they do use a lot of sort of extracts and things that aren't necessarily as commonly found in like Western beauty products. So this has as well, a lot of the Tatcha products have like a rice extract or something. I don't really understand the science behind it, but oh my gosh, does it seem to work for me. So it says, press a palmful onto face and neck, use after cleansing and before other skincare. So yeah, it's just spectacular. It's very expensive. The most similar one I have used is the Hourglass one. I did a review on the Hourglass skincare products. Love, love, love their essence. This is just that little bit better. But if you're looking for a slightly cheaper alternative, I would say check out the Hourglass one. And I'll link the video I did on the Hourglass skincare range. But if you want the best, this is the best. Then I've got an SPF I wanted to share with you. So it's by Versed. It's quite a affordable one. I've been trying out loads of different SPFs just lately. I don't know why, I'm on a bit of an SPF obsession. Not a bad one, I suppose. At least I'm wearing SPF every day. But anyway, this is the Guards Up Daily Mineral Sunscreen. Now, it's broad spectrum 35, so it's not as high as I would like. I generally go for an SPF 50. But in the UK, it's still not that sunny, so I can kind of deal with this. But I think this is going to be like an all year round sunscreen for me when it isn't sort of super sunny and super hot. I probably wouldn't wear it on holiday because I would require a higher SPF, but it's a really, really lovely product. So it is a physical sunscreen rather than a chemical one, so it sits on the skin, and the zinc oxide in here is what sort of stops your face getting sunburn or stopping the sun getting to you. Clearly I'm no science expert in all this, but that's my understanding of what it does. Anyway, it's got sea fennel and moringa seed extract. It's a 50ml or 1.7 fluid ounce size, and it's like a funny peachy colour on the skin. This is what it looks like. But I find it kind of helps to sort of colour correct a little bit as well because of the colour that it is. And again, it just adds a lovely little bit of luminosity and glow to the skin. Feels really nice, lasts really nice, works really well if you want to put makeup on after it. And I've just really been enjoying it. And I thought, especially for the price point as well, this I have been grabbing for over much more expensive SPFs, and I really like it, so I just thought I would mention that. I've got a makeup product I've been loving this month, and it's from Beauty Pie. So you may have seen my recent Beauty Pie video. If not, go give it a watch. But this is my absolute standout product that I've just been reaching for so many times. The other products I got were really good as well, and they generally like all seem to be like a dupe for a much more high-end expensive product, but this I just love it. Again, love it more than more expensive blushes and stuff I've got. So it's a Super Cheek Universal Pink is the shade, and it's one of their cheek blushes. So it's 5 grams or 0.17 ounces. So it's glass at the bottom and it's got like a metallic lid. So it comes in a range of shades. Like I said, I went for universal pink. I've got it on my lips right now. I've got it on my cheeks. I think it adds a little bit of glow and luminosity. Doesn't take your makeup off when you're applying it. Looks nice on the lips and wears well and feels comfortable, despite the fact that it isn't obviously glossy or super moisturising. It's just really good. Doesn't make your skin break out. It's just an absolutely fabulous product. So that is like a 1 finger swatch. So it's quite highly pigmented, and then you can obviously just kind of work it into the skin a little bit, and as it heats up it will just kind of blend down. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I think it's incredible. The price point is amazing. And I'm just so impressed with it. So absolutely love it. Keep finding myself reaching for this nearly every day. So yes, very happy with that. So the final favourite for me this month, if you didn't know, as well as beauty and skincare and being obsessed with all those kinds of things, I'm absolutely obsessed with reading. I love nothing more than reading. And this is my favourite book this month. This has been absolutely brilliant. And look how gorgeous this edition is. So it's a Waterstones exclusive edition with extra material and signed by the author, and then it's got all of these symbols and things representing the periodic table around it. It's got blue splayed edges, so it's a gorgeous book as well. Visually I find it very appealing. I actually picked it up partly because I loved the cover and the idea behind it, but then my book group that I'm a member of, like a local book group where I live, actually picked this as one of the reads for last month. And honestly, it was one of these books, and this doesn't happen very often, but it was a book where I picked it up, read the first like paragraph, and I was like, I'm hooked. And I spoke to a couple of other people in the group who felt the exact same about it. So basically, this book is all about a woman living in the 1960s. She is a scientist, but because it's the 1960s and she is a woman, generally her colleagues and people around her don't really see her as a scientist. They don't really get it, you know. It's one of those where sometimes she's being asked to go make tea instead of doing scientific experiments, and they assume that if she's doing well, it's a man that's done it for her. It's that kind of thing. And there's other things going on in her life. So there is like little bits of sort of trauma and things that happen, and she doesn't always have it easy. But she is just such a strong character, and it was just fascinating all the way through. Sad, a little bit sad in parts, but uplifting overall, and just a brilliant read, and definitely one of those where you finish and think, I wish I'd not finished that book. I kind of hope they come out with another like sequel or something to it, because it's just spectacular. I think you'll see this book everywhere from now on because it's that good. I don't see how it can't do extremely well. So it's Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus, and I'll link it underneath with everything else. So links, discount codes, everything will be underneath the video if you want to take advantage of any of them. Let me know in the comments what you have been loving this month and if there's anything I should try. And I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing. And I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.